Welcome back to my cozy corner of the internet. I'm Mayastar, and this is the Mayastar Podcast. I teach energy healing courses online through Mayastar Academy, share spiritual guidance and mystical musings on the Maya Muses blog, and provide healing, ritual, and spellcasting services as a starseeded shaman and professional witch. Today is episode 95 of the Mayastar Podcast, and I'm drawing from the articles on the Mayastar website at mayastar.net. Today we'll be covering the Emissaries of the Light, Ascended Masters, Avalonians and Pleiadians. We'll look at the role of these light beings, the ways they can help us on our spiritual awakening journey, and we'll discover some of the ways we can connect with them and bring them into our daily practice through energy healing attunements. But before we begin, I'd like to thank you for being here today. If you feel called, please take a moment to like this episode and leave me a comment. It really does help the channel to grow. I read and reply to all of your messages, and I love hearing your thoughts. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell. That way, you'll know as soon as new episodes are released. And if you're on your mobile, look out for the hype option below this video. Hyping a video helps it get out to more viewers. As usual, I have a tendency to go off script and let my intuition guide me, so we'll be meandering around these topics and pursuing the scenic route to enlightenment. If this sounds interesting to you, stick around and while away some time with me as we explore these things together. So sit back, relax your shoulders, take a sip of chamomile tea, exhale deeply, and let's explore an exploration of the Emissaries of the Light, Ascended Masters, Avalonians and Pleiadians. A Mayastar energy healing article. This abridged article is drawn from the Emissaries of the Light series of attunement courses, channeled in 2020. You can find all of them on the Mayastar website at mayastar.net. The light, the universal light, the source, the field, the unified field, the universe, the power that moves the universe, and God are all ways of describing the same principle, the spiritual foundation of all living things. Whether you subscribe to a particular philosophy or religion and seek to understand this force, or you simply acknowledge the existence of an ethereal otherness or eternal presence in your life, but don't worry about trying to pin it down. The concept of a spiritual origin and dimension to life is common to billions of people all over the world and throughout time. We may choose to interact with that spiritual principle in a church, during meditation, or through sacred rituals. However we express, experience, and embrace the light, our relationship with it is unique, personal, and can be very hard to express in words. If you acknowledge its importance, your relationship with the light grows, develops, and changes throughout a lifetime. and possibly beyond. There are certain qualities that apply to this force. Reflecting on these can assist us to find a deeper communion with the light. The light is considered to be the energetic blueprint that underpins all of creation, manifest and unmanifest. It is the etheric, spiritual source of life and consciousness. It is considered to be eternal, unlimited, and boundless. It is unrestricted by time and the laws that apply to the temporal world. It is complete and unifies all that is seen and unseen throughout the universe. Sometimes this force is described as a deity and is personified as a mother, father, or God figure. This illustrates the loving, supportive, and nurturing nature of the light. But it transcends any and all of the definitions we apply to it. That's not to say reflecting on the nature of our divine source is a waste of time, though. We can learn a great deal about ourselves, others, and the world by connecting with the light and meditating on it. We can seek to learn more about it, even if we know ultimately we lack the capacity to truly understand it. The emissaries of the light are beings and persons that exist as pure channels of the light. They are individual souls or consciousnesses that are aligned with the light so that they experience no separation from it and reflect it without corruption. This kind of consciousness is beyond the ego. It's a state that's sometimes referred to as the sight or union with the Godhead. Essentially, through our spiritual practices, we are all seeking connection with the light. Through years of devotional practice, we may experience insight and visions that allow us to glimpse the truth of our spiritual nature. The emissaries of the light exist in that transcendental state perpetually, and alignment with them can assist us to deepen our relationship, understanding, and experience of the light. There are different types of emissaries, and we will look at some of these in this article. One of the categories you may be aware of or worked with in the past are the Ascended Masters. The Ascended Masters are spiritual light beings that exist on the astral plane. The astral plane can be considered transdimensional, and there are different layers of this reality that correspond to different energy frequencies, vibrations, and levels of consciousness. These higher levels of consciousness are not accessible to us in our day-to-day lives, but we can learn to tune into them through meditation and spiritual practice. Some might call the astral realms the heavens or the spiritual dimension. The planes of the astral realm resonate at higher vibrations than those we encounter on the temporal plane, so they are rarely accessible to us except in dreams and visions, or out-of-body experiences, where the energy body leaves the physical form for a time. However, as intangible as these energetic locations may seem, to the beings that occupy them, they are as real and concrete as the physical world is to us. Ascended Masters are beings that provide support and offer guidance to those on a spiritual journey. Many of them have been human at some point and have ascended to a higher plane after death, where they continue their work in assisting human souls to evolve and to express the highest spiritual principles accessible to them. They can provide healing and assistance in overcoming limiting beliefs, ego dominance, and imbalance. They can provide comfort and help you to realize spiritual gifts such as clairvoyance, extrasensory perception, empathy, and healing. Many healers, spiritual practitioners, and occultists have worked with the Ascended Masters, so there are many definitions, stories, and explanations applied to them. Some of these light beings have hundreds of names or are very complex, so they might be approached by different people at different times in very different ways, and our perception of them might evolve over time as our relationship with them develops. When you connect with a spiritual guide, they often choose to appear to you in the archetypal form that will resonate most strongly with you, and that form may be different over time. In summary, Ascended Masters are emissaries of the light that were probably, although not always, once human. They may have been healers, teachers, shamans, spiritual leaders, magicians, or channelers while they were on Earth. They achieved a high level of spiritual development and self-realization that allowed them to ascend beyond this earthly realm and beyond the karmic cycles of reincarnation. We call this elevated state enlightenment, and we work towards it through a process called ascension. The Ascended Masters exist in a plane of pure spiritual energy, but concern themselves with our spiritual journeys. They are there to inspire us to realize our spiritual potential during this incarnation, and they will assist us in any way they can to do this, providing we approach them with pure intentions, high ideals, and without ego. Now we're going to look at the Avalonians. These are Celtic light beings, connected with the fairy realms and with Glastonbury. The Avalonians are light beings that exist transdimensionally in the area of Glastonbury Tor in Somerset, UK. At this sacred site, two major ley lines, which can also be called energy lines or fairy paths, converge at the famous Isle of Avalon. The Tor at Glastonbury forms a portal to the hidden realms, and there are often sightings of strange lights and a lot of UFO activity in this location too. The origins of the Avalonians are mysterious, but they have a great connection to the earth and nature, and to the fairy folk, also called the Fae or She. You may want to work with the Avalonians if you have English or Celtic heritage, or if you feel drawn to nature-based religions like paganism, Wicca, or Druidry. Detailed courses are available from my website at mayastar.net with energies that were channeled through the Avalonian light beings through my own spiritual work in Glastonbury. These form the Avalonian trilogy, and the courses that make up this powerful combination are the Avalonian Alignment Program, the Star of Avalon Ascension, and the Avalonian Spectral Activations courses. And now we're going to look at another type of Emissary of the Light, the Pleiadians, also called the Star People. They are light beings that originate from the ethereal realms that exist transdimensionally to the stars of the Pleiades. They have connections to ancient Lemuria, Atlantis, and Avalon. They are usually depicted as very tall, blonde-haired, blue-eyed humans with golden auras that radiate peace, warmth, and harmony. They are concerned with the spiritual ascension of the planet itself, as well as with individual seekers. At the winter solstice in 2012, our sun moved into a dark area of the Milky Way called the photon band. At the same time, the primary star of the Pleiades, Alcyon, moved into this band. This was a planetary initiation and marked the beginning of a period of accelerated spiritual expansion for our planet. This shift was the start of the Age of Aquarius, the spiritual golden age, and this period was referred to as the harmonic convergence. This connection deepened over subsequent years with the opening of the Age of Aquarius Ascension Gateway in 2024. So many feel the call to connect with the Pleiadians at this time. They have been responsible for growth and awakening on our planet for thousands of years, and they are still with us today. Working with the Pleiadians can help us to tap into these advanced ascension currents to facilitate our spiritual growth and support the awakening of the planet as a whole. Those who identify as starseeds, indigo children, lightworkers or empaths will also find great connection with the Pleiadians, and there are a number of attunement courses available through my website at mayastar.net that can help you to do just that, including the 2012 Pleiadian White Light Connections, Pleiadian Orb of Resonance, and Pleiadian DNA Clearing and Activation. If this episode resonated with you and you feel called to explore these energies more deeply, you'll find a wide range of distance attunement courses, including all of those mentioned in this episode, on my website at mayastar.net. I offer full support for your healing and spiritual awakening journey with energy attunement sent using the Orb of Life method, so that you can receive them wherever you are in the world. You can also explore the latest spiritual guidance, articles, and daily energy updates exclusively on the Maya Muses blog at blog.mayastar.net. And if you'd like to support my work or join the Mayastar Soul Tribe community, you'll find a link for the Mayastar Patreon page in the description box below. There you can access exclusive members-only content, including pre-released channeled music, healing heart meditations, plus ad-free versions of my content. The Mayastar Soul Tribe members hold a special place in my heart. So a big thank you and my brightest blessings to you. And thank you to all who like, share, subscribe or comment on these episodes. Your engagement helps this podcast get recommended to people who will find inspiration in my words. Wishing you peace, prosperity and progress in all you do. With blessings.